The Supreme Court just ruled 6-3 that President Trump does not have sweeping global tariffs powers. They said he did not have the authority to impose them on all of our American companies and businesses. This is pretty big news because it's a major impact to some of his major economic policies that has now been struck down. The court has said only Congress has the powers to impose tariffs and not the president under law, which is kind of in the Constitution. Now, here's the rub: they did not publicly say if he has to pay back those monies. So companies that have already paid, we're probably going to go back to court to see if they can recoup some of their funds. Why would they recoup some of their funds? Technically, charging all of these people nearly $130 billion was illegal, so they are owed a refund. So it'd be really interesting to see how future court cases about receiving those refunds are actually enacted. That was actually one of the main reasons that the Trump administration said that they should be legal, is that they didn't know how they would actually issue the refunds, which is kind of wild, right? Like to say, hey, I did something illegal, but you should let me make it because I don't know how to give somebody a refund off of something I did illegal. So this case ultimately does do some limitations to executive power. And Brett Kavanaugh kind of made some comments that I thought was interesting. He was one of the three justices that ruled in Trump's favor. He actually acknowledged that the policy may not be good policy, but the president should be allowed to do whatever he wants to do. He's also one of these guys that probably thinks the president can kill people and be completely fine. Great ruling for the American people. Great ruling for U.S. businesses, paying out $130 billion going to their bottom line. One of the most underreported stories in the year 2025 is the amount of American businesses that actually have went bankrupt. Why would somebody go bankrupt over a tariff? If you pay $50,000 to some goods from overseas and those goods come to America, you've already paid those. And all of a sudden, because of one of his tweets, you now have to pay $100,000, an extra $50,000 in tariff. You may not have that money, and a lot of small businesses didn't, and a lot of small businesses actually went bankrupt under this administration. I'm actually very pro small business, so I'm super excited that this is a ruling finally occurred. Now, the sad part is the American people and American businesses, it may take some time for them to actually get some type of refund, or they may never get a refund. I don't think the American consumer will ever get a refund as far as these tariffs are concerned, but at least the damage has been stopped. We may not get a refund, but at least the damage is stopped. And hopefully some of these companies can come back and land on their feet and get back to doing real business, which I'm very hopeful for.